always start recording without me realizing. Okay, I don't have my mic today because I don't currently know where it is, so I'm just gonna hope that I can up the volume a bit while I'm editing this, and pray. Anyway, I've already sort of done one of these, but I've decided I'm gonna do another video about uni. This one is gonna be more focused specifically on the uni that I'm currently going to. But yeah, I thought this might be useful to post, considering it is that time of year where everyone's worrying about uni, thinking about uni. I know people don't have their results yet, they won't get them until like mid to end of August, but I know people are looking for advice. Okay, so I go to Aberystwyth University up in West Wales. So again, this advice, I'm going to try and... Some of it will be general, obviously, but I'm going to try and give some specific advice for my uni as well. And I will title the video towards my uni. So yeah, if anyone's looking, they can find some advice. I know when I was, thinking about uni the summer before, I was researching as much as possible because I was just like, oh, I have no idea what to expect. Alright, first thing with Aberystwyth specifically, be prepared for a lot of walking. If you don't have a car, be prepared for a lot of walking, and like, the one hill is intense. It's not insanely steep, but it's just inclined for 20 minutes straight. You get halfway up and you think, oh yay, I'm nearly there, and then you look and you're like, oh, there's more to go, and it gets steeper. It's a workout, man. Obviously, if you have a car, you don't have to worry about that. If you're worried about petrol, I mean, obviously this is dependent on car. My car's really, really good on fuel. Even though it's a small car, it's really good on fuel. But it'll literally cost you about 10 pence in terms of petrol just to go down into town and come back up. Although keep in mind, the roads are one way. So I'd advise, if you are bringing a car to university, make sure you look at the road layout. Obviously that can apply for any, but especially Aberystwyth, because it's a small town, but so much of it is one way, so you kind of, obviously it's all well signed, there's plenty of signage. I couldn't think of the word for it then. There's plenty of signage, but just in case, because I've nearly gone down the wrong road many a times. I mean, I only had my car there just after Easter, because I only got my car during the Easter holidays, but yeah, it can be confusing. Okay, I have no clear layout with this, by the way, so it's just going to be random advice. I don't write scripts, I don't write lists of points to say, I just talk. It's just the way I work. Okay, so accommodation, I'm going to talk about next. Obviously, with Aberystwyth, they're really good in that all first years are guaranteed accommodation. So if you're in first year, obviously, you're guaranteed to have accommodation. You don't have to kind of worry about that. Obviously, you do have to worry about the cost of it and all that. So make sure you can pick one that's affordable to you for the funds that you have. Especially because maintenance loans, they cover quite a bit. But I know quite a few of my friends only had their maintenance loans to pay their rent, and they'd end up with not a lot of money to last them for the rest of the semester then. Luckily they, had parents that gave them money as well, but yeah. First thing you do when you get in that accommodation, after you've moved all your stuff in there, do not unpack anything, do not start putting stuff out. The first thing you do when you get in there, take pictures of everything, so that if there's any damage there already, they can't try and pin it on you because you have photo evidence that it was already there. During the first semester, I'm pretty sure they send out an itinerary thing or inventory thing, and on there should be, I don't remember, this was a while ago, but there should be a section where you can report things that are already wrong with it. Mine wouldn't work, but I was fine because it was minor stuff, so I don't think they actually cared. Mine wouldn't work, but see if you can get yours to work and post those pictures, and just to be this was here when I got here, I didn't cause this, especially for something big. If you're in, talking accommodation again, if you're in the Fernpenglis accommodation for uni, just keep in mind there's no lifts, it is all just stairs. My god, it was so many stairs, and I accidentally chose a top floor. I didn't realise there are only 3 floors, and I chose a top floor. it was awful. It was like, it was fine. But yeah. One thing I quite like about Aberystwyth, hello? So there's people talking outside. One thing I like is how affordable it is. Like, it's not, it's not insanely cheap, nowhere is anymore, but it's not gonna bankrupt you. I mean, well, the nights out might, but like for a food shop and things like that, it's not insanely expensive as long as you make sure you're budgeting what you buy and only buying bits that you know you'll actually use. When you first get there, obviously not the day you get there, because depending on how you come up, you're probably gonna be knackered, just want to settle in. But yeah, so make sure you've maybe taken some food with you from home, just so you have something for like the morning or whatever. But like as soon as you can, when you do your food shop, your very first food shop, because you'll also have, well, it's when the maintenance loan goes in. Who the fuck is, sorry, there's noise going on outside, someone's battering someone's door. But yeah, that first food shop, when your maintenance loan first goes in, make sure to buy the essentials, buy all your spices, buy all your sauces, buy all the things that are going to last you for ages. Tins. Oh, buy loads of tins, because at least that way, if you're ever short on money, like I know some people don't like tin food, canned food, but it's good for if you're running low on money towards the end of the semester and don't have enough to buy much else, you've already got things in the cupboard to eat without having to worry too much. On that note, pot noodles, lifesaver. Packet noodles, lifesaver. You will live off noodles or something like that. I was like, I won't. I did. And I used to also just cook like some chicken strips or something and put them in there as well, so it felt more like a meal rather than just noodles. You don't have a lot of freezer space or fridge space. Like if you're in shared accommodation, there's not load. You get one shelf. You get one shelf in the fridge, one shelf in the freezer, and I mean the freezers in my accommodation in Firm, they were quite small because I was like, oh, I'll batch cook, and then that way I'll have stuff in pots, frozen, ready to go. No, I didn't end up doing that because there wasn't the space. If I had freezer food in there, and then I also wanted to put pots in, I didn't have the space. So just keep that in mind. Bring a fan, and possibly a heater, but if you don't have a little heater, if you do bring a heater, hide it, by the way, when they do checks. They're not allowed to go through your stuff, so you can just shove it in a drawer or under the bed, because they're not allowed to root through things. All they do is just pop their head in, have a look around, and then leave. That's all. They're not allowed to go through your stuff, unless they have reason to, say if you've been reported for having something you're not meant to, like drugs, because that is a big problem in uni. Yeah, they're not allowed to go through your stuff. But yeah, bring a heater or lots of, I didn't really have a heater, but I had loads of blankets and stuff, and bring a fan. Those rooms get warm, and again, Firm Penglai specifically, our windows don't really open properly. They do, but there's a grate thing over it, and a mesh net kind of thing, so you don't get a lot of air through. So fan would highly recommend, because they get warm. I'm trying to think of what else I can say. Don't be scared to put yourself out there. I know it's scary talking to new people, but don't be scared to just try and make the first move, even if it's a bit awkward. I mean, 2 of my best friends in uni I made within the first week. None of them were my flatmates. Obviously, some people get along really well with their flatmates. I got along with them, didn't really like them, and obviously didn't really become friends with them. But my first 2 friends and my best friends, one of them I'm living with him and our other friend in second year. But the first 2 I made were during the inductions for my course. The one girl I met because one of my flatmates had messaged me and was like, oh, someone I know is here also doing zoology. Will you walk with her to the induction thing? She doesn't know anyone. And I was like, yeah, sure. We're now like that. We're locked in. She is my best friend. We love Amy. And then my other friend, he spotted me when we were separated into our tutor groups during the induction lectures, and he just made a beeline for me because he saw me and he had clocked that I was either queer or trans, so he just made a beeline because he was like, oh. And we became friends really quickly. It was a little bit awkward at first because we were both socially awkward people, But it was fine. It was completely fine. Like, I went up to uni not knowing anyone. I know some people choose, don't do this because it's not great, but I know some people do choose unis based off where their friends are going. I chose the uni that was best for me because I was like, I'm sure I'll hopefully make friends there. If not, oh well. But yeah, if you're done the same thing as me, and you're going up there and you don't know anyone, you will make friends. Even if it's just one or two, you will make friends. Trust me. Especially in Aberystwyth, everyone's really friendly. And I mean, the second you got drinking, because that is very much what much of the scene is, you will make friends because everyone talks to everyone. That's another thing. Obviously, you don't have to drink in uni, but in Aberystwyth, because it's such a small town, that is the main thing to do there, I'll be completely honest. And I mean, the pubs and the bars, they are quite nice. There are some that are a bit, I mean, it depends on your tastes, obviously. Like the club there, Peer Pressure, it's okay, but I get sick of it after a bit because it's a lot, and they always play the same shit music, and I'm just, they'll have like a couple of good songs, and the rest of it's just, I'm just like, put on some more white girl music, please. On that note, if you like white girl music to dance to, Harley's is the place for you. I love Harley's. It doesn't have an official opening time and closing time because when you Google Harley's, it comes up with the hotel that's above it. But Harley's is great. I'm trying to think of what other advice I can give. Ooh, go to your lectures. I mean, it's not the end of the world if you skip a few, because second semester I skipped a lot, and I was fine. I passed everything. Well, some things I scraped to pass, but I passed everything, and I was fine. In Aberystwyth, though, your attendance has to be at least 40% or above in order for you to pass into the next year. So just keep that in mind. I mean, obviously, circumstances might be different. You know, once it goes below 40%, they tend to put you aside and talk to you and be like, yo, what's going on? But generally, you need that to sort of pass. They'll talk to you, obviously. They're not immediately going to be like, oh, your attendance is 39%, you fail, you have to stay, you have to redo this year. No, they'll talk to you, obviously, but just try and keep it above that. But yeah, go to the lectures. Like, you are paying over $9,000 to be there. Don't pay over $9,000 to be there and then not bother going into anything. Like, you may as well have just not gone to uni at that point. Sorry if that's harsh, but that's my way of thinking. You're paying to be here. I mean, yes, not out of pocket, but you know what I mean. Why would you not at least try and go? Like, I get it, sometimes it's hard. I understand. But it will definitely be useful to you to go to it. They do post that, like, they record the lectures and post them online, that you can go back and watch, obviously, but don't rely on that. Just try and turn up for them. Even if you are half asleep, you'll still take in a lot more than you will just sitting at home and telling yourself that, oh, I'll watch the lectures, I'll do the revision. You won't. I mean, some people will, but you won't. You won't go back and look at them on that day. Trust me. Join societies. Go to the Freshers' Fair. I mean, the Freshers' Fair, it's very overwhelming because it's very busy. It's a lot of people in a small room. It's not like a small hall. It's not that big. But if you don't want to go to the Freshers' Fair, at least go on the Student Union website and have a look at what societies there are. I loved joining a society. Like, I tried out the conservation one, but it wasn't quite what I thought it was. It was more like plant kind of stuff, and I'm just like, I know this is helpful too, but I wanted to do something to do with animals, not plants. So, yeah, I didn't stay with that one. I went to all the taste sessions, but I didn't stay with that one. The one I did join was paranormal. That one was good fun. I might try and join a new one this year. Although me and my friends have joked about trying to form our own, because every Wednesday is socials night. I mean, some socials go out on a Tuesday, but every Wednesday is socials night, so most societies go out on a Wednesday, and we get a half day on a Wednesday because of socials, mainly for a lot of the sport ones, because if they got a game on, it tends to be the afternoon. But yeah, me and my friends have talked about doing just doing our own within, like, not being an official social, but as a group, just going out in themed costumes just for funsies. That's another thing. if you have random costume stuff lying around your house, bring it. Trust me, you will use it at some point. Bring it with you. Even if you look at it and think, no, I'm never going to use this. You will. You'll find a use. And even if you don't, someone you know might. You know, you might make friends that are in different societies and like, oh, I need this for a theme social thing. And you could be like, aha, I have something. So bring random costume stuff with you. Random dress up stuff. Bring it with you. This is another, obviously Aberystwyth specific one. When it comes to traveling, if you don't have a car, just be aware it's a trek. Like, the trains are a bit of a pain. The buses are a bit of a pain. I mean, getting buses around oh yeah, I was talking about walking earlier. There are buses. And they're quite cheap, actually. But yeah, when it comes to going out of Aber, depending on where you're going, like, I came from South Wales up to West Wales for uni. Oh my god, it was a trek. I'd have to get a bus and 2 trains, or 3 trains. And it would take me hours, like 4 or 5 hours to get home, or to get back after I'd been home. Driving, significantly less. I mean, obviously, if I stop halfway and traffic and stuff, yeah, it's going to take up a bit more time, but significantly less. Sorry, I nipped to the bathroom. Right, what else is there that I can say? Specifically for trans and queer students coming up, Aberystwyth is very, very friendly towards all that and very catering towards all of it. I mean, it's nicknamed the gay capital of Wales, you know. I'm pretty sure it is one of the most LGBTQ friendly places in Wales. So yeah, there's social groups for your communities, obviously, and like things like the GP, for example, Padan. That's where I got my testosterone from. Obviously, I wasn't on it before. I'm on it 4 months now. They were great. Padan were great. The uni also, again, for trans students, the uni also does a thing where you can get a free binder and stuff. I can't remember who you'll have to email, but if you do some research, you find it. It's just a little form thing you fill out, and you can have up to 3 items that they'll get you for free. You just copy and paste the links into this form, send it to them, and they'll get it obviously delivered to the uni, and then you go collect it. They're really, really good about stuff like that. So yeah, trans and queer students coming up, do not worry. Aberystwyth is very, very friendly towards it. Can't say the same for all the people, but in general, obviously, everyone's really, really friendly. Well, really friendly about that. Obviously, I didn't clap. I can't think. For now, I'm probably going to leave it there because I can't think of many other things to say. So hope this helps a bit. Hopefully I haven't repeated myself too much from the last one that I made. And yeah, if you have any other questions or any other things you want advice about, just pop it in the comments and I'll answer. If I get a lot of them, I'll do another video answering them all, obviously. But yeah, and good luck to everyone with their results. Fingers crossed you get what you want. Fingers crossed you get to go where you want. But yeah.